The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone, thank you for your interest in talkEHR. I would like to welcome you all to our webinar today on getting started with talkEHR. Your presenter today is Amna Younus, the talkEHR project manager. You can reach me at ayunus@talkehr.com. I will start off briefly today by telling you about where we come from. So talkEHR is supported by its parent company, MTBC. MTBC is a company with over about 20 years of experience in the industry. We have grown both organically and through acquisitions. MTBC has about 2,000 plus employees and offices in 9 states and 3 different countries. We have been a public company since 2014 and are listed on the NASDAQ stock exchange. talkEHR was designed after analyzing thousands of practice flows to address the growing concerns of providers with their EHRs. talkEHR is completely free to use and we provide integrated billing services. We have a dedicated team of over 200 software developers. Some of the features that talkEHR has to offer are voice recognition, artificial intelligence, simplified charting, e-prescribing with controlled substances, mHealth apps, which include talkPHR and talkCheck-in. Our talkPHR is our patient portal, and talkCheck-in is a patient check-in app. We also provide practice management solutions integrated onto our EHR, which include intuitive scheduler with eligibility verification. Today we will be covering the following topics: setting up users on talkEHR, importing your patients, setting up e-prescription, setting up labs and imaging centers, practice settings, location settings, address book, scheduler settings, adding a new patient, searching for a patient, and scheduling an appointment. If you have already signed up on talkEHR, congratulations, you have taken the first step onto our next generation platform. Once you log on to talkEHR, this would be your display. You would land up on our dashboard. Our dashboard helps to give you an overview of your practice. You can see different widgets here that will serve as reminders or help you throughout the practice. You can view today's appointments, see whether you have any appointments pending or arrived. Your messages can display your internal messages as well as messages you may have received from the patients. If you have any labs that you may have received, any electronic labs, you can view them here and as well as sign them through this widget. Any refill requests will be seen on this widget. Any encounters that are unsigned or uncompleted can be seen here. Any documents that are assigned to you will be visible here. If you take up on our billing services at a very reasonable cost, you will be able to see your missed claims, any saved drafts, or rejected claims within this widget. You can set up talkEHR settings through some of the setups that we have given here or through the settings tab. If you would like to set up your e-prescription setup, you can go to the setup here. You would have to provide the information that is mandatory given through the single asterisk. After completing the first 3 steps, during the 3rd step, it will ask you for your credit card information, for which we charge $1, and it is for the purpose of ID proofing, which is a requirement by SureScripts and Dr. First. Once your ID proofing has been completed, which usually takes about a day or 2, you will receive an email and you would proceed with completing the 2 steps, and your e-prescription will be enabled immediately. To set up additional users on talkEHR, you would go to the following setup and you can add a user. The mandatory fields are first name, last name, email, cell phone, and their role. Currently, talkEHR provides 5 different roles that you can assign to your users. Along with that, you can give them administrative rights. You can also upload their signature here, which can be used on various documents. To see the rights that each role has, you can do so by clicking here and viewing the Rights for Roles matrix. You can also view the Rights for Role matrix in the Settings tab over here. You can continue setting up your practice by adding new labs and imaging centers. You can go to the setup and click on Add New Lab. You can search for the lab name here and click on Save. When you do that, you would be all set to send out labs through via paper orders. To create an interface with lab, you would have to give us the account number and the lab representative phone number. If you have already added a lab, send lab orders manually, and you would like to create an interface, you can always click on these arrows to request for an interface. Please do note that we do not charge you for creating an interface with labs. To import any patient data onto talkEHR, you would go to the following setup, and through this setup, you can import demographics for patients. Please note that you can import a maximum of 1,000 patients, and the format of the file that you upload has to be exactly the way it is in the example file. That is, the rows and the columns should match to the example file in the data that you upload. We also transition you completely free of cost. On talkEHR, we will import your data at no cost. If you happen to have CCDA files or documents from your previous EHR, please reach out to us at our email hello@talkehr.com, and we will help you import your data onto talkEHR in a structured format. By that, I mean that every section will be uploaded onto talkEHR coinciding to that particular section. If you would like to set up automated reminder calls, you can do that through this following widget. For practice settings, you can go to the following setup and change your practice name, specialty, phone number, address, etc. If you would like to edit or add additional locations for your practices, you can do that here, which would reflect on the scheduler as well. On talkEHR, we also prefer that you set up an address book because it helps you send out referrals faster, fax out faster, and helps you maintain contacts easily. You can do that by clicking on Add Contact and adding the name, fax number, etc. in the respective fields. Our scheduler is a very popular feature on talkEHR. It allows you to view the time of the appointment, the name of the patient with their age and gender, their contact number, their eligibility status, their reason for their visit, their status as to whether their appointment is canceled, completed, confirmed, no-show, the provider that the patient will be seeing, any balance that the patient may owe, and if they owe any copay, and which you can just click over here and you can add to the cash register as well. Any notes that you would like to assign that specific appointment, you can write them here, and once the copay is paid, it would appear here, and as well as if whether or not the claim has been created. We give two different kinds of views for our scheduler, a daily view as well as a weekly view. In our daily view, you can view the appointments for a specific day, and you can change the day on top over here according to location as well as the provider. In our weekly scheduler, you can view the appointments for the entire week and click on any one of these slots to schedule an appointment. You can also block a time or add a new patient right off the weekly or daily scheduler. Our scheduler settings help you manage your practice better. There are some appointment rules that you can choose to use. You can set up your office timings, your appointment reason with particular color coding, and if you would like to set up either of the reasons as default, you can turn the switch off and on to activate a particular reason or deactivate it. You can do the same for an appointment status, and you can add a new status here as well. talkEHR already shows some federal holidays for the year that are updated on annually. You can also add any holidays that your practice perhaps takes during the year and add it to this table. If there is a federal holiday that is a work day for you, you can always check this box. To add a new patient on talkEHR, you would go to the Patients tab, click on Add New Patient, and again, fill in the mandatory fields that are present there with a single asterisk. Once you have done that, you can also add the insurance of the patient. Once you have added the patient, you can schedule an appointment for that particular patient or any other patient. And you would do that by going onto your scheduler and clicking on Add Appointment. You would search for the patient's name, select the time slot, the appointment date, the duration, the appointment reason, and click Save. You can see here that the eligibility of the patient automatically shows up. You can click on the eligibility, and this will show the different plan that the patient is on. It also displays the amount of copay that the patient needs to pay, which you can click and add to the cash register, including the payment mode. You can ask any questions through our user forum on talkEHR. The talkEHR forum has different sections where you can share your thoughts and give us ideas. We can update you with the latest news, or you can talk to other talkEHR users to get your answers. Our responses on our forum are much faster than they are through email. And that's why we would recommend that you use this as your first means of getting in touch with us, unless you are definitely facing a technical issue, in which case you should contact us as soon as possible via email. This brings us to the end of our session today. I appreciate you guys attending my session, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us on 650 talkEHR, which is 650-825-5347, or hello@talkEHR.com. If you have any particular questions or inquiries, you can always feel free to email me at ayunus@talkEHR.com. Thank you for your time, and we hope to be working with you in the future. We hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.